All right. So we are live. We are good to go. Just for anybody who's watching this after, obviously, that we went live, this is our first live stream ever. So what we're going to do in this one is we're going to talk a little bit about ourselves. Let me turn that music down a little bit. It's a little bit loud, I feel like. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about ourselves. We're going to talk a little bit about, I guess, how we got into the crypto market, as well as, you know, why we do think that it is a good investment as long as you're not buying like shit coins and stuff, hyped up coins. So I guess first things first, as you can see in these little boxes, my name is Sam, and that is Kevin. So right now we don't have anybody yet, but that's okay. People can always watch after it's done. You know, it's just like doing a regular video. So I guess, do you want to do backgrounds? Like, do you want to tell them a little bit about ourselves, like before crypto, before we started getting into crypto, or do you just kind of want to go over kind of how we got into crypto?
I'm going to say how we got into crypto, basically.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess for the most part, what I will say is that I have always, I guess, wanted to invest in something that was going to, you know, bring me back about 10 to 20% returns while sitting on the toilet, which is exactly why I got into crypto. No, but seriously.
10 to 20% returns? Or 10 to 20x?
10 to 20x returns. Good catch there, bro. But no, in all seriousness, we got, why did we exactly get into the I wouldn't say the crypto market. Obviously you got into the crypto so we can make a profit. We started really small to start working our way up. You know, obviously we've made some mistakes when it comes to investing in the wrong coins, but we learn from that in the way where we like to research as much as we possibly can. So we know exactly, you know, what we should be buying and what we shouldn't, at least from a speculative standpoint. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that a lot of these coins or platforms claim to do that we're not exactly sure if they can do yet. But you gotta go with what you know, and buying the dips, and dollar cost average, and all that good stuff. But why we got into this, why we got into doing videos for crypto, I think that it was your idea, right, Kevin? You wanted to teach people as much as possible because of all the people that we saw doing wrong, right? All the people that kept losing money.
Yeah, there's so much attention on it, and just want to bring more awareness to it overall. Because perfect example, my little brother just a few weeks ago, he took it upon himself to go and figure out how to get on Coinbase. He's only 14 years old, by the way, and get on Coinbase with my mother's, you know, card and information, and put a few dollars on there because he was trying to get into the Shiba Inu coin. So
luckily he couldn't.
Yeah, luckily for him, you know, shitty for everyone else. The gas fees for Ethereum were so high, he couldn't swap. He couldn't swap his Ethereum back to get the to swap it out for the Shiba Inu. So he ended up just, you know, having it sit there and never got invested into the Shiba. Luckily for him, but the gas fees definitely suck though. So
which is why you should be using Binance, because the fees are much less. Obviously, there's certain things you can't buy on the Binance exchange or through the smart chain blockchain, like PancakeSwap and stuff. You can't. There's certain things you can't buy, but I just personally like Binance, and I would rather not use Ethereum. Not that Ethereum is bad or anything. I do like Ethereum as an investment, but I'd rather not use like Uniswap. I'd use PancakeSwap over Uniswap any day. It's just much cheaper. You know what I mean?
Faster, yeah.
And faster, yeah. So, but that's a great example. I would say, actually, what's funny about that is you're saying the example about your little brother is my little brother actually made me almost not want to get into crypto like years and years and years ago. He bought Bitcoin back when it was, I think, sitting around between like 4,000 and 6,000. And if anybody remembers
nice.
Yeah, it did drop after that, and it went fairly low, like a good amount lower than that. I want to say like a few thousand lower than that. And he did what everybody does. Well, not everybody, but the majority of people do that you shouldn't do, which is he freaked out. He thought it was going to keep going down, so he sold, so he didn't lose all of his money. Now, you got to think about that for a second, because now he talks about how much crypto is horrible and it sucks and it's a fucking scam. But if he had just held on, if he didn't have paper hands, if he had diamond hands and he held on to that Bitcoin, he would have made a lot of money in return. He'd still be up like $25,000, $30,000 right now. Yeah, he'd be up like over $30,000 if he had just held on. Because the reason he'd be up over $30,000 right now is because the market has been going up. Are you seeing this? Now we're sitting on CoinMarketCap. I haven't refreshed in a minute.
And that's what brings us to another point, what you're saying about, your brothers. That's where a lot of the criticism comes from. A lot of the negativity is people who, lost out.
Or know of people who lost out.
Yeah, they get that bad taste, and then they, want to put that out on everybody else,
But that's like anything. At the end of the day, you can invest into something that you think is a good idea. Might not be a good idea. Or maybe you invest in something that was a good idea, but you didn't give it the time it needed to actually grow and to give you the ROI that you deserve. You know what I mean? So I'm actually in CoinMarketCap right now. So you guys can see that I'm in CoinMarketCap right now. I'm sorry, I'm not used to going live. But you can see right here, the market is actually up 9.43% for today, which is awesome. And you can actually see that the last 24 hours has been pretty decent. And the last 7 days have gotten a lot better. If you guys remember the last week or so, 2 weeks, we've been down like 30 to 50% over a week period of time. And we're actually going up. Chainlink is up 17% for the week. I mean, if you guys didn't buy this when it was in the 20s, you got to try to get it now before it shoots up to 50 again. That's just my personal opinion. Are there any ones that you're looking at right now, Kev? Because I know we want to talk about crypto. Obviously, we explained that we got into this so that we could try to educate people on which cryptos that we have found, we've researched, that we actually think that is a good investment, bring it to you and talk to you a little bit about it. But I know that you had your eye on something specific you were telling me about.
Well, I know one of them is definitely Eternity Chain, Earn. And if we just look real quick at them.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's ERN, right?
Yeah.
You said Earn in my head. I'm like, Earn. Okay.
They're already back up to 780.
Yeah.
Look at that chart. Look at the all-time high. I think it was in March. It was around like 60 something or $70. What was it?
Yeah. Here, let me expand this really quickly.
That is insane.
It was $71.54.
$71 in March.
Wow.
Yeah,
$71.54.
Now it's down to $7.
Which is actually really good, considering it hasn't really, it got lower than $7. It got down to $3.47. Jesus Christ.
It's been working its way back up, and not only that, the big thing about Eternity Chain is they're obviously in the NFT marketplace. If you look on their website, Eternity Chain, I want to say it's tomorrow. They're dropping Marilyn Monroe NFT because I believe it's her 95th birthday tomorrow.
Wow.
Or it would, well, if she was, God
well, no, obviously
her,
it would have been her 95th birthday.
Peace. Yeah.
Although I don't know if she even would have lived to 95 if that, the unfortunate passing when she was so young didn't happen. But either way, yeah, that's something I didn't know, and maybe you guys didn't know that either, and now you know. So
yeah, it's just dropping tomorrow. They're having an auction for it.
I guess for some reason it's not allowing me to actually look at the Eternity Chain website right now. Oh, do you know why? I know why. My MetaMask right now is actually hooked up to Smart Chain instead of Ethereum mainnet. I wasn't even connected. God. What's funny is I wasn't even logged into my MetaMask, but because it was on that, that's what happened. So you gotta. Okay,
June 1st, 1 p.m.
Okay, so you want to. Okay, well, yeah, it's right here. Marilyn Monroe Metamorphosis, June 1st at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm guessing Eastern Central Time to celebrate her 95th birthday. So that is right here. And actually, why don't we just take a look at that real quick? So I'm just going to turn this music off for 1 second, guys. Whoa.
Turn it up.
Is this just it telling us exactly what it says right here?
Yeah, it's
Oh
it's
my
nothing.
God.
Yeah, it's no type of anything.
All right, my bad. I didn't. I thought it was like actually telling us. Okay, so the Marilyn Monroe metamorphosis, the symbol of 23. So you're basically just saying that this is important because you know that it's going to cause the 30 chain to go up even higher.
Yeah, they're adding a lot of stuff. As you can see, they did you know, the NFTs with Muhammad Ali.
I knew. Yep, I saw those ones.
They have Tony Hawk, I think, on there as well.
Yep, right as you said that.
They have a few
There's
others.
Muhammad
So
Ali. Yep.
they got some soccer players, some baseball players. A lot of people starting to join that marketplace.
Yeah, so they,
Marilyn Monroe, I feel, is going to be huge. She's a big icon. There's a lot of people that, you know, still like Marilyn Monroe and whatnot. So,
oh yeah, no, there's a ton of people that have. I think my brother has a poster of her in his room.
yeah,
No, it's him in his wife's room. but seriously, that does seem like a good thing. I mean, I know there's like a lot of. I've heard some talk recently, like from some like social media influencers and stuff that I mean, I don't think they're authority whatsoever, but they're talking about how they think NFTs are dead. But they also were saying how the market is dead, and that's just how ridiculous people get when everything starts going down. They think it's dead. I don't know how they think it's dead. This has happened so many times before. It's like, I don't know.
when you get into it, you know it's volatile, but the volatility is the reason why you can see the huge gains, and you know that comes with it. So as long as you don't sell on those bloody red days, you don't lose.
In fact,
people still don't understand that concept. It's
in fact, if anything, when people are starting to get really nervous and selling, and if you're thinking about selling because you're afraid it's going to go down, then you should probably like wait for it to go down even further and then buy some more, or you know, just wait for that perfect dip spot. If it starts to go back up, buy some before it goes up too much. I mean, obviously there's times where you might buy in a dip and it keeps going down and you're like, damn, I wish I had waited, but you can't tell the future, you know what I mean? So just don't buy all in at once. If you have like a certain amount of money set aside to buy into the dips, split it over a period of time. We don't know how long that dip might last. But yeah, I mean, think about all of these prices a few weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah. If you look at Eternity Chain, you've seen it at $7. All-time high was 70.
Yeah.
So if you get in now and it gets back up to the all-time high, that's how many X on your money right there? 10X?
Yeah. That would be about 10X on your money. Yeah. And another thing, and I don't know, I love bringing up Binance Coin in general for some reason. I really like Binance Coin, but if you go to Binance Coin and you look at just the last like 3 months here, I mean, you can see that we are sitting at 677, and when everything started to dip, people were selling at 230. People are selling when it's below 300, when it was at 670. Honestly, that's the time to buy. I mean, and right now it's already headed back up. I mean, it's at 362.87 right now.
Well, I know we dollar cost average on that dip.
Oh yeah, and that's, I mean, yeah, exactly, and that's what we're trying to tell you guys is just try to dollar cost average on all the dips that you can while they're happening, because everything is starting to move back up. Obviously, you know, we could get it starting to move sideways a little bit, and it could always dip slightly back down, but I do think we're on an upward trend right now, and I think it's a really good time to buy in, especially if you're not in this right now. I think that getting into certain things that are a little bit more stable, like Cardano or Binance, or and I don't mean a stable coin. I just mean something that, you know, has good fundamentals. That's what you need to really look for. Something that has good fundamentals. There's obviously things that are speculative or all hype, and you can always get into those and get a little bit of profit. It's just it's more risky, man. It's all about how much you want to risk. Do you want to risk all your money, or do you want to be in something that you know is gonna, no matter what, it will go up eventually, even if it goes down first? I do see that we have a viewer right now, which is pretty cool. Welcome. All right, so I really do think that's pretty much all that we had to say for today. I mean, we're going on about 14 minutes of us just kind of yapping on about what we think you should do when it comes to buying into crypto. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great investment.
Oh, another one that I know that's probably should be a banger is Polka Trail. is going to be released as an IDO on June 3rd, which is just in a few days. And if you look up Polka Trail, they're basically having to do with like getting into the real estate side. Polka Trail brings DeFi and NFT tech into the travel experience. And you scroll down just a little bit right there, and that paragraph, powered by Polkadot, it's a little blurry for me, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'll read it. Okay, so when DeFi and NFT meets traveling, powered by Polkadot, Polka Trail elevates the travel experience industry by offering a decentralized app that lets anyone list accommodation tours and other city travel experiences with no middleman or tech company capturing the value on the expense of owners and customers.
Now, basically what that's saying right there, which is going to be huge, I feel, because the air it's having to do with, it's going to basically be like a decentralized Airbnb app where they're cutting out the middleman, where you don't have to pay, Airbnb charge you to host on there and whatnot. So it's cutting out the middleman for Airbnb type stuff and tours. So the Airbnb market.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Is it because I didn't even know about this project. Is it using Polkadot as their main currency for that, or because I know it's powered by?
I want to say the IDO it's gonna have its own currency. It's gonna be launching June 3rd, and I want to say you can get it on BSC Launchpad. And basically, yeah, like that's going to be a decentralized Airbnb where they're cutting out the middleman. And
the current home sharing industry has a high commission fee that is either paid by the seller or the consumer because of the monopolistic market dominance of major platforms.
Exactly. And Airbnb took a huge hit last year with the pandemic, but they're already shooting back up like crazy. So this is definitely going to be big and something to look into. So we're definitely going to keep our eye on this and try to jump on that IDO.
It's coming out in a few days. I mean, that's serious. I mean, this is something that, I mean, if you're in the Airbnb space, this is a big deal for you guys.
And and it has right there the total supply. The initial market cap's 270,000, which is really low.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the Polkadot ecosystem.
We got here. Anybody I know?
A lot. Some of your buddies right there.
And we have... Anybody I know of? let me re-say that so it doesn't sound so ridiculous. Okay.
A lot of people are big on the Polkadot ecosystem, and we're really big on the Polkadot ecosystem. A lot of huge things still to come for Polkadot, we feel.
Yep.
And just another project to look out for, especially with that initial IDO. To get in there in the beginning is always good. So
it's always best to get in the beginning.
Yeah.
For real. So awesome. That's great, man. Anything else that you wanted to say to the people for this Let's Talk About Crypto first live event ever for Soflo?
I mean, thank you for watching. If you're not watching now, if you end up watching later, thank you. If you have any questions about any coins that you're interested in that you're investing in, whatnot, just shoot us a comment or whatnot.
Yeah
shoot us and subscribe.
Shoot us a chat, shoot us a comment. Let us know, guys, if there's something that you're really interested in, then you're like, hey, or like, I want to know more about this coin, maybe we'll make a video. Or, hey, I don't know how to do this, and maybe we'll figure out, or maybe we already know how to do it, and we'll make a video on how to do it. And I have gotten some comments recently on one of our videos talking about moving your Doge from Kraken over to Trust Wallet in order to stake it in PancakeSwap and earn cake from staking Doge. And I've had two different people ask me where it is. And they can't find it in PancakeSwap, but they're not being very specific. If you can be as specific as possible in your comments when you're asking a question, I'm going to try to answer them as quickly as we can. We're both going to try to answer them as quickly as we can, but we need as much detail as we can in order to answer them properly. Aside from that, like he said, thank you guys for watching. This has been fun, and hopefully we see you guys in another video. Thanks for watching.
Probably tomorrow. Have a great week.
Oh yeah, we'll be on tomorrow morning. So